get into a bunch of telling you about who I am, just know I'm a motivator. Somebody that's here that's going to hopefully help somebody do something. But before I get started, I want you to understand why I got these headphones in. Because as an athlete, I'm still playing baseball today. And a lot of people still wear headphones just because the next person beside them wear headphones. A lot of people can't get on the bus if they miss the headphones. They feel like they ain't going to play right. But do you even know what's going in your head when you got those headphones on? See, I had to answer to a lady one day walking in the mall. I had my headphones on. But the reason I had those headphones on is because nothing but positive things was coming through my headphone. I'm talking about motivators. I'm talking about people that's been there before, going to places that I want to go in life, where I want to go in life. So when that lady had to throw that joke at me, like, you would probably hear better if you take your headphones out your ear. But I said I didn't want to hear nothing negative, so I keep positive things pumping in my mind all day long. If you want to keep negative things out of your life, you pump positive things in it all day long. Consistently. Consistency is the reason why teams become better. Consistency is the word that you need in order for you to get to the next level. So you just can't do it sometimes. Sometimes athletes are the reason why you become 500 ball clubs, because you want to do it when you feel like it. But today I came because I wanted to be able to tell you the difference between desire and burning desire. See, if you ever took the time to think about desire, everybody can desire things in life. You can desire a new car. You can desire a new home or just a better life. But it's easy to just desire things. Everybody desires a better car, but can you just go out there and get it right now? No. But the difference between the definition of desire, what the definition says is it's a strong feeling of wanting to have something. It's a strong feeling. But a burning desire is something that's emotional. And that's what a lot of y'all in here lack today, because you just desire to be better, but you don't have a burning desire to achieve those goals that you want in life. That's what separates you. Lifting weights in the weight room, becoming a stronger athlete, is not going to get you to the next level. It's because where you come from, that hurt, that pain that's inside of you, is what separates you from each and every individual that's in these chairs today. That's the reason why you're in the situation you're in today. You got to have a burning desire. When I say it's got to get emotional, I'm talking about you got to be able to sit in your dorm room, sit in your apartment room, close the door, put on some music that's going to take you back to those times where you felt like giving up. That's when it's got to become emotional. When that burning desire, when that dream hits you, and you sitting in that empty room and you trying to figure out where you're going with your life, and you begin to get a little tear of emotion, that's when you know you're on the fast track to success. But until that happens, before this thing, if this thing is not emotional for you at this stage, where are you trying to go in life? If it's not emotional, if you don't get up every single day thanking God for your ability, thanking God for the chance and the opportunity to be here, then stop trying. What are you wasting your time? Because all of the autobiographies that I listen to and read, those people that became success in life, those are the people that have something that they look behind them and they say they're not going backwards. Those people left all that. They sacrificed all that temporary happiness that you continue to indulge yourself into today. You feel like you can't let those friends go for some odd reason. But them friends ain't going to pay them bills later on in life. And when it comes to football, yeah, I'm a baseball player, but don't get it wrong. I know what football's like. I played it. I play baseball for a living, but don't get it twisted. When football lights come on, that's when the emotions stir. You don't get hyped like this in baseball. I can't have hype meetings like this in the locker room in baseball, but I know about that, how it felt in football. And the one person that we always say that is passionate about this game, that's a future NFL linebacker, Hall of Famer, is Ray Lewis. But y'all got to remember with Ray Lewis, that passion that he has, he wasn't the biggest linebacker, if y'all remember. He wasn't the fastest linebacker, if you remember, but what separated Ray Lewis from everybody on that field was his burning desire to not go backwards. His burning desire was the force that annihilated running backs, that annihilated quarterbacks. His burning desire was the fear that he put into opposing coaches when he stepped on the field, but it wasn't his size or speed that got it there. It was in here. And if you are lacking it today, then let today be the last day and tomorrow be the new beginning. You got to flip the switch on right here. It's time out for it. It's time out for it. In order to get your heart's desires, you have to be able to transform your desire into a burning desire, and then you'll be on the fast track to success. That's the ingredients. But let's keep it real right quick. I got a room full of people, adults included. A room full of people. Everybody's not going to get this message. That's just how it is. We got people in here today that's just got so much pride built up in them that they don't know when words are coming forth to help them obtain their dreams and goals. They want to look at it like he's just as young as me. Why am I listening to him? But that's why you'll be in the same situation year in and year out with no outcomes of your heart's desire. You got to humble yourself in this game. You got to humble yourself in life. I became a motivational speaker not just to toot my horn, because I understood that just because fire burnt him, I don't have to let it burn me. So now I'm going around letting everybody else know what burnt me so it won't happen to you. So you can get to success faster. That's what it's all about. Service to many leads to greatness. You heard all of these little things. You've seen all the motivational speakers come in, and they tell you the same thing. Mama always told you when a lot of different people tell you the same thing, they must be telling you the truth. Right? That's what it's all about. You know, that's what we're here for. Know your place. You want to know something else that inspires me? When I have these headphones on, what separates me from everybody else on that bus, I guarantee you ain't nobody else doing what I'm doing on my iPhone. On my iPhone, when I step out that bus before I get into the games, I'm looking at Thanksgiving dinners from previous years ago. Birthdays. I'm looking at all that stuff that I carry right here before I get on, so I know when I step in that box what I'm swinging for. That's how you got to attack this. I'm not listening to all these rappers out here that's already made it. I'm filling my head with something that's going to motivate me to be the best person that I can be. That's when you feel it right here. When you get emotional, when I step off that bus and I know I'm carrying, when you put those shoulder pads on, you ain't just strapping on equipment. You strapping on your mom. You strapping on your dad. You strapping on the things that make you cry. That's what you strapping on. So when that opportunity presents itself, I'm talking about defense, when that running back comes out the backfield, when that lineman comes out, it doesn't matter. You move him out the way because he is not just a running back. He is opportunity, and you're going to let opportunity go. How many more times are you going to let opportunity go in your life? Opportunity might knock for this gentleman right here 3 times, but that don't mean it's going to knock 3 times for you. That's how life works. That's how life works. That's how life works. You got to do it. You are the author of your book. You are the illustrator of your story. Why you just letting anybody grab a pen and write? You ain't got nobody else to answer to when you wake up and look in that mirror but yourself. And that's what is real. It's real out here. It hurts. If you can't hear it in my voice right now, I'm telling you, it hurts. When I had this opportunity to come speak, I was trying to figure out what was I going to say. You know, what was I going to say to motivate these guys? You know, they're around the same age as me. I mean, what can I tell them? But the one thing I wanted to tell them is the same thing that I'm going through today, guys. Trying to figure out how bad do you really want it? When I have to go home and I got an answer to my mom when she tell me about the things that's going on in her life. And I can't do nothing because my hands are tied. I can't do nothing. I can't reach in and bless you with the money that you need. But I know what I can give you, and that's my heart, and that's my word. But how many of y'all are letting your families down? How many of y'all are not accountable, not good teammates, not responding to the bell when coach tell you to respond? How many of y'all in here are slacking in practice just because they ain't looking? Because you know why I say that you're doing that? Because I used to do that. I had the best year of my life last year. I've been playing baseball my whole life. Why did it take the last year out of the best year? Because I finally sat up in the seats when somebody was telling me what I needed to do, and I finally listened, and it finally clicked. I put my pride to the side and I didn't care whether he was big, fat, round, yellow, black, or white. I listened to the words that he was saying. I put two and two together. Best year of my life. Stats everywhere. And I'm like, man, I wish I would have, just like everybody else does. I wish I would have thought about this a little bit early in my life. Where would I be? Maybe a first rounder. I made it to the St. Louis Cardinals on straight ability. Straight ability. People will tell you, man, he was the hardest worker. And I tell you, no, they're lying. They don't know what I was capable of bringing to the table. It was just straight ability. It was a God-given ability, a God-given talent that allowed me to play for the St. Louis Cardinals. But if I would have put some mental toughness behind it, where would I be at today? If I just would have stayed out there a little bit longer instead of saying, you know what, let me quit my dream so I can build my friend's dream so we can go out and have a good time tonight. All that stuff is temporary, guys. But what you got inside of here is eternal. You keep doing that temporary stuff and see where temporary leaves you with temporary happiness. It's real out here. Tomorrow, when you take that field, let everything that was in the past be in the past and remain there. You a new person. You can make up in your mind right now, not tomorrow. You can make up in your mind right now. I'm going to be one of those 2 to 3 people that stats say in this full room that's going to get this message. That's what the guy told me. It was a packed room of baseball players in spring training. And one of those motivational speakers told us straight up, only 2 to 3 people in here is going to receive this message. I looked around. I said, man, there's got to be about 80 people in this room. He said only about 2 to 3 people are going to receive it. But you know what? I made up in my mind. I said one day right now, I'm going to be one of those 2 to 3 people. I'm going to make a difference with my life, whether it's on the field or off. I'm not going to be known for some guy that's just funny. I'm going to be known. I want to leave a legacy. My biggest dream is to be a great communicator. So when I leave this earth, that I got words on a dorm room wall somewhere. One of my quotes. That's my dream. What is yours? That's what it's all about. And this is what I close with, because I don't feel like staying up here all day, being on the soapbox, because I know you hear it a lot from your football coaches. But I'll end with this, people. Push yourself mentally. My game elevated once I pushed myself mentally. Everybody always think the biggest, baddest, strongest, fastest guy. No, it's not about that. It's about how big the fight is inside the dog and how smart is he willing, what is he willing to do up here to get what he wants. Read. I don't like reading. I never did, but now I do. I didn't like reading, but now I read those books, Think and Grow Rich. All those books that I done read that book 2, 3 times. I'm working on my 3rd time right now. Why? Because I'm building this. They said Think and Grow Rich, and I'm not trying to put it, but that book is what? The second most purchased book after the Bible. So I said, I'm no fool. If it's the second most purchased book out of the Bible and the Millionaire Matchmaker book, why in the world am I not reading that book? You got to do little things like that to stay ahead of the competition. Make that decision today. And the last thing I want to say is this quote right here. Service to many leads to greatness. And the last one, I wanted to say is limits. The limits that you have, all the limits that you have in life are the limits that you create. That's what it is. You can do anything you set your mind to be. Anything you set your mind and heart to be. Once they connect, you can do anything in life. Don't let nobody or nobody else in here or outside of this room tell you that you can't be anything. The only limits you have in life are the limits that you create yourself. How would you teach somebody to believe or have faith? Huh?
Being a leader. You talking about faith in God or faith in
Just in general, faith. Just being a leader. But I mean, okay, by you being a leader, that, all right. How's that gonna help me have faith? How do you create faith where faith doesn't exist? You gotta believe, but how do you believe? All right, that's a fair enough one. But the correct answer is the only scientific method that tells you in Think and Grow Rich, the only scientific method of creating faith where faith doesn't exist is by repeated affirmations. Repeated affirmations daily. If you don't believe that you could run a 4.2, 4.3, but if you believe it by saying it every day, I will, your body will slowly transform into something that'll be able to get you at least as close as possible, and at least farther than you would ever dream. You know, if you feel like you say, man, I want to have $1.5 million by the age of 30. If you said that every day, every morning, every night, your body's going to soon what? Believe it because you speak it. You know, and that's what they teach in that book, the subconscious thinking.